morning, Britain. For the first time in 59 years, the Queen will miss today's state opening of Parliament. Buckingham Palace says Her Majesty is still experiencing mobility problems, and instead Prince Charles, accompanied by the Duke of Cambridge, will undertake one of the monarch's most important constitutional duties for the first time.
Prince Charles will not sit on the Queen's throne. He and Prince William will sit either side and it will stay empty. A huge decision for a Queen who has always put duty above almost everything else.
If the police decide to issue me with a fixed penalty notice, I would, of course, do the right thing and step down.
Meanwhile, this morning, it's reported that the Labour Party has documentary evidence, which they say proves that the curry and beer gathering in Durham was part of a long working day.
A man of honour and principle, or a desperate politician piling the pressure on police? Well, that all depends on which newspaper you pick up this morning, but certainly there's no doubt the leader of the opposition has made a high-stakes gamble by promising to resign if he's fined.
In an exclusive interview, Joe Biden's sister, who is his campaign manager, tells Good Morning Britain her brother will stand for re-election and says Meghan Markle would make a good future president.
We welcome her to come in and join the Democratic Party.
So you think she'll make a good potential candidate one day, maybe for president?
Yes, perhaps. Of course she will.
But should Prince Harry follow in his wife's acting footsteps? Well, you can judge for yourself in this comedy sketch promoting green travel.
I'm here to rate you on your recent visit to Aotearoa, New Zealand in 2018.
Okay.
You'll be moderately happy to know that you scored 3 stars.
3 stars? Out of what?
100.
100?
No, out of 5.
Okay.
A cloudy start this morning, then one of sunshine and showers. And yes, there's rumours of a heat wave on the way, but before we get there, there's some wet weather in the forecast. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Tuesday, 10th of May, 2022. Live from Television Centre in London, this is Good Morning Britain with Susanna Reid and Richard Madeley.
Yeah, good morning. It's just gone 6 o'clock. Welcome to the programme. Well, you know, it feels like we're going to see a page of history turning today.
I know.
Almost a glimpse into the future.
Yeah.
Something which has been coming down the tracks for a very, very long time, and now it's here.
This is the Queen who is unable to attend the state opening of Parliament.
So she's probably done it for the last time, I would imagine, but I wouldn't have thought that this year's an exception. This is it. This is the future. It's arrived.
Absolutely, 96 years old. It's the first time that she will miss this particular and one of the most important events.
Oh, it's one of the most important days of her year.
It's the first time she will miss since she was pregnant with Edward back in 1963, 59 years ago. She's only missed it twice before.
Yeah.
In her 70-year reign. Of course, this year's such a significant year.
So Charles will do it for her, but William, interestingly, again, another nod to the future, William will be there alongside him. I wonder if he'll actually say anything or if it'll all be Charles. If it'll just be Charles giving the address. But we'll find out that later. The other sort of royal story today, we just glimpsed it there, is this Prince Harry video. Should we see a bit more? I mean, this is not going to get him a BAFTA.
This is a promo video for his eco project, a non-profit called Travelist. Let's have a look.
So I'm here to rate you on your recent visit to Aotearoa, New Zealand in 2018.
Okay.
You'll be moderately happy to know that you scored 3 stars.
3 stars? Out of what?
100.
100?
No, out of 5.
Okay, very funny.
So, yeah, not too bad. According to my notes here, you were given 12 towels at Tim's Motor Lodge, and you only used 1 for the entire stay, so pretty good.
I don't think I stayed there. And 12 towels, that's pretty excessive.
I think this headline sums it up. The Oscar for most toe-curling acting goes to Prince Hammy. Hammy with a double M. It is dreadful, isn't it? I mean, how do they even allow that out?
Well, look, you know, he's promoting something which is
green,
green and eco-conscious and, you know, really important, which is how it's not just promoting travel companies and what they're doing to save the environment.
No.
It's all about rating travellers and how, you know, as you heard from that, he's got the point across. I understand exactly what he's saying.
So,
you know, the number of towels you use, whether you leave the tap running. Laura, I can imagine that for you, this is right up your street, isn't it?
I guess the only thing I was thinking, as most people, was about him and his private jets and how that rates. But he was questioned about that, and he had an answer as well. But, you know, reduce everything in moderation, and if you can run. Yeah.
What did he say in defence of private jets? What was his defence on that? I haven't seen that bit.
Part of it was the fact that it was offset and it wasn't something that he'd booked. It was something that was booked by somebody else, and you know, it was to do with the way that they were getting around at that time, and there weren't the commercial flights available, but that they've changed the way that they travel, and they'll be more diligent in future.
OK.
Yes, I can imagine you would definitely drop some stars if you had got to the eco holiday by private jet. Yeah, I agree. All right, Laura, thanks very much indeed. So let's go to our top story this morning. Boris Johnson has promised to get the country back on track as the government prepares to unveil its plans for the year ahead in the Queen's speech today. Yeah,
as we just said, Prince Charles is going to be the guy delivering the address to Parliament a bit later on this morning, after the Queen officially pulled out yesterday due to what were described as her mobility problems. Charles will announce 38 bills, including laws aimed at easing the cost of living and boosting economic growth. Our political correspondent, Louisa James, joins us again from Westminster. Louisa, we're going to get to the detail of the government's plans in a moment, but first, let's just talk about the Queen. She's reluctantly made this decision to pull out of this year's speech, and as we said, first time since, 1963.
Yeah, and I think in any other context, a 96-year-old woman